I saw him at my school for the first time. I had never seen him there before. I'm Mila, by the way, and I'm 17. My friend Layla told me that he transferred from another city and that his name was Liam. I was head over heels for him since that very moment that I saw him. He had a sweet smile that brightened up everything around him. His hair was amazing, and his dressing style was unique. I was so attracted to him that all my friends knew I had a crush on him just by looking at the way I looked at him. I would blush at every glance I took of him, but I was too afraid to confess my feelings. He wouldn't even look at me. On the weekend, Layla was having a pool party at her house while her parents were away. I begged her to invite Liam too. Please, Layla, I really like this guy. Send him an invite, I begged. Okay, I'll only invite him if you promise me you'll tell him how you feel, she said. I agreed and promised that I would tell him. But before we move on, like this video, hit that subscribe button, and activate the notification bell. This will let you live 20 amazing years longer. Trust me, it works. The day of the pool party arrived. I went to my closet, grabbed my favorite swimsuit, and put it on. I wanted to look the best. Most importantly, I wanted Liam to notice me. I ran down the stairs out of the house and into my car and took off to Layla's house. When I reached Layla's house, I was pretty early, so we prepared some snacks for the party, some nachos, sandwiches, and drinks in her kitchen. The day was sunny, perfect for a pool party. One by one, friends started coming in through the front door. I said hi to everyone and showed them where the drinks were. No matter who I talked to, I kept on looking at the entry, wondering when Liam would arrive. I talked to a few friends, but I was getting a little sad because Liam didn't come, so I didn't want to stay anymore either. But right then, Liam entered with a few of his friends around him. That brightened my mood instantly. I started getting butterflies. I was a little nervous, excited, and very happy that he was there. I was starting to get cautious of my actions, monitoring how I walked or laughed. Suddenly, Layla came inside, grabbed my arm, and pulled me near the pool where a few people were dancing, and we both started to dance. While we were dancing, Layla held my hand and talked in my ear since the music was loud. So, did you talk to Liam? No, I haven't got a chance, I said. It's now or never, Mila, she said and gave me a soft push. Literally. I started falling backwards and bumped into someone. It was Liam. He caught me and our eyes met for a half second. But then we both started to lose our balance and then splash! We both fell in the pool. Everyone around us started laughing. I turned red. I looked at him and he was also blushing. We looked at each other and started laughing. I'm Liam, he said. I already knew that, but I tried acting as if it was the first time I ever heard it. Hi, Liam. I'm Mila, I said. We then got out of the pool and went to the lawn to dry off. We chose a corner which was not crowded so that we could talk. We talked about so many things. Well, he talked mostly, and I just looked at him. He was so dreamy and hot. He told me that he had moved from another city because of his dad's job. He told me how everything was so new to him, and I was the first girl he talked to here. I was beyond happy hearing what he was saying. Does he like me too? I thought. This was the chance to know. So I gathered the confidence I needed and said, Liam, I really like you. I like you. Do you think that maybe we could go out sometime? He looked confused and didn't say a word. I started getting anxious. After some moments of pause, he started to speak. Look, Mila, you look like a nice girl, but I'm new here. Everything here is new for me, and I don't want to rush anything. My eyes started to become teary, but he kept on speaking. I thought maybe we could be friends, but if you want something more, maybe we shouldn't talk at all. Then he left, and a tear rolled down my cheek. I couldn't believe that he had rejected me. I had never been rejected before, not only by a guy, but in general. My dad fulfilled all my wishes. He would get me anything that I asked for within hours. I was not used to hearing no. I couldn't stay there any longer. My vision was getting blurry as tears were filling my eyes. I didn't say a word to anyone, not even Layla. I walked back inside, wiped the tears off my eyes, grabbed my things and keys, got out, got into my car, and headed home. As soon as I reached home, I stormed off to my room without talking to my parents. I lied on my bed crying, and I couldn't stop. I didn't even go downstairs to get dinner with the family. After some time, there was a knock on my door. Sweetheart? It was Dad. Dad, I don't want to talk right now, I replied. My voice was different because I had cried so much. I am coming in. I know something's not all right. I cannot see you like this. he said, and then he opened the door and came in. I was still crying and my eyes were puffy. I could see the concern on my dad's face. What happened, sweetheart? Who made you cry? He said. It's nothing, I said. Tell me, I will make everything all right, he insisted. So I told him every detail of what happened. He hugged me and said, Don't cry now. Rest. I'll handle it. After that, I felt a little better and went to sleep. The next morning, I got out of bed real early and went to the community center I used to volunteer at to get my mind off of things. I returned home with a fresh mind, but as I was about to park my car in front of the house, I saw a car in the driveway I had never seen before. I got out of my car and looked through the front window of my house and saw some people inside. There were some big men all dressed in black, and they had guns. And they were all gathered around what looked like Liam. I looked a bit closer, and it was Liam, and my dad was there too. Did Dad kidnap my crush? I got uncomfortable just thinking about it. So I turned around, ran back to my car, and I drove off. It started getting darker, so I came back home thinking it must all be over now. And it was. I walked inside, and everything was normal around the house. My dad was sitting on the couch watching TV, so I just said hello and went upstairs to my room. I had so many questions about all that I saw during the day, but I was too afraid to ask. The next day, I had to go to school. I was thinking about how I would face Layla and even Liam if we crossed paths. I was worried out of words. I drove to school, parked my car, and started walking towards class. To my surprise, Liam came running behind, calling my name. Hey, Mila, what's up? I was confused. I thought he said he didn't want anything to do with me. Did what I saw the other day change his mind? I thought. He came near me and smiled. I thought about what you said, and I think I really like you too. How about we go out after school today? He said. I didn't see that coming at all. I couldn't believe what he just said. But as soon as I started to realize, I felt happy. I didn't even care at that point what might have caused this change of heart. I smiled and replied, Sure, that sounds good. Then we headed off to our respective classes. After the classes ended, we met in the hallway and walked to my car in the school's parking lot. We got in my car and drove off to a park. Both of us were really hungry and spotted a taco stand in the park. We got some tacos from the stand and sat down on the grass eating our food. It was like a little picnic, so romantic. It was just a dream, like something out of a fairy tale. We talked for hours. He looked so smitten with me. That was a huge change, but I was enjoying it. It started getting dark, so we packed everything up, headed back to my car, and drove to my house. I was about to go in, and it was getting darker, so I wanted him to get home too. I gave him a small kiss on his cheek. We both blushed. But then he said, You want me to go home this soon? Wouldn't you invite me in? No, it's getting darker, so I'd rather you reach home too, I said. However, he was insistent on coming in. My parents weren't home, so I thought it would be fine. We both went in. Inside, he started walking around like he was looking for something. Are you looking for anything? I asked. No, I'm just admiring your beautiful house. Can I have a soda? He said. Sure. I went to the kitchen to get a soda for us. As I returned, I saw Liam was walking out of my father's home office. Hey, did you go in there? My dad doesn't even let me enter there, I said. Thank God he's not here. He said, No, I just got confused about the rooms. I'm sorry. I should get going. It's getting darker. He left. He didn't even notice I had the soda. It was strange, but I was busy remembering the better part of the day, about our date. I went to sleep. I was dreaming about Liam and me. We were on another date. We were holding hands and walking. It was a sweet dream, but it didn't last for long. I was woken up by a thud on our main door. FBI, open up. It was already morning. I ran downstairs. My parents had opened the door. There were about 10 to 12 men dressed as police. They started searching each room and corner of our house. One of the FBI agents had a gun pointed towards my parents. They had their hands cuffed. I ran their way. What's going on, Dad? I asked him, almost crying. Your parents are mobs. Your dad is the head of the gang, said the FBI agent. My dad shouted, Leave her alone. She has no part in this. She is innocent. We know. Liam entered. Liam, your job here is done. You shouldn't be here, the FBI agent said. I know, Dad. I just need to explain this to Mila, he said. That FBI agent was Liam's dad. It was an additional shock to whatever I had gone through that morning. Mila, your dad is a bad person. He is a mob, but no one could catch him. There was not enough evidence to prove that he is a criminal, Liam said. I started crying. It was like the world had ended for me. Both my parents were in police custody for things I never knew they did. I looked at Liam and shouted at him, "You used me to destroy my life!" He said sorry. He said that none of the things he did was his intention. He explained that it was entirely his dad's idea, and it wouldn't have initiated if my dad hadn't kidnapped him and threatened him to date me. After the kidnapping, Liam's dad made a plan to gather evidence against my dad. He told Liam to get into my house, in my dad's office, and hide a camera there, which would broadcast to the FBI office. That was why he needed me, to get an entry into my house. The date and everything we did that day was just an act. He also told me that with the help of the hidden camera, they found out where my dad hid his guns and other illegal items and papers. After telling me all the details, he held my hands and said, "I'm sorry." "Stop the act," I said. "You used me and lied to me. First my dad and then you." I cried as I said, "I never want to see your face in my life. I don't want a love that is forced. Goodbye, Liam." I walked away from him without looking at his face. A policeman came and informed me that my next of kin, aka my grandparents, were informed and that they would come to pick me up soon. After some time, they arrived. I got in their car with my things, and I said goodbye to that place forever. Do your parents know about your crush? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the other videos on the channel.